Hey everybody, this is Mr. Beckstrom, and today I'm going to do an example from section 7D. This is number 9. So let's talk a little bit about it and make sure that we kind of understand what's going on here. It says, in a certain year, the population of a country reached 321 million. The overall birth rate was 13.7 births per 1,000 people, and the overall death rate was 8.3 deaths per 1,000 people. And they want us to complete some parts here. So the first part here says approximately how many births were there in the country in that year. All right, so for every 1,000 people, there's 13.7 births. So that means for 2,000 people, there'd be double that, right? For 3,000 people, there would be triple this amount here. So how do we find out how many births there were? Well, first we have to see how many times 1,000 goes into 321 million. So that way we know how many times we have to multiply this 13.7 by. So if I do 321 million, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and we divide that by 1,000, that means that 1,000 goes into 321 million, 321,000 times, which makes sense because you just move the decimal place 3 to the left. So that means that we need to multiply this 13.7 times the 321,000. So 13.7. So for every 1,000 people, there's 13.7 births. So in total, during that year, there was, looks like 4,397,700 deaths. There approximately. That's probably rounded to the hundreds place there. That would be the answer for the first one there. And it says about how many deaths were there in the country in that year. So we're going to do the same kind of thing. We're going to use that 321,000 because that's the number of times 1,000 goes into the 321 million. So we're going to multiply that by the 8.3 deaths. And that gives us 2,664,300 approximate deaths. Once again, it's probably rounded to about the hundreds place. All right. So the next thing says, based on births and deaths alone, that is not counting immigration, about how much did the population increase during that year? So if we got 4.4 million new births and 2.67 or 66 million deaths, if we just take the difference of that, so I'm just going to minus the 439, 7700, and that's going to give us approximately 1,733,400 extra people that year, because that's the number of births minus the number of deaths. Now it says, suppose that during that year the population actually increased by 2.6 million. So instead of the 170 or 1.7 million, it actually went up by 2.6 million. Based on this fact and your results from Part C, estimate how many people immigrated to the country. So if the only new people that we got during that year were from births and from immigration, then we could just take the difference. So actually, since this is a negative number, I'm just going to go ahead and add the 2.6 million people. So 2,600,000, 000. And that is going to be approximately 866,600 new people from immigration. All right, and the last part here says the proportion of the overall population growth that was due to immigration is, well, the part that was from immigration is this. So we're going to divide that by the total amount of the population growth, which was 2,600,000. And that will give us a decimal and 0.3333. So multiply that by 100 to convert that to a percentage. And round it to the nearest whole number, that is going to be about a 33% amount just from of the new population growth just from the immigration. So that'd be 33%. All right, guys. I hope this helped. And this is definitely going to be difficult without using a calculator. If you have any questions, please let me know, and have a great rest of your week. Thanks.